Okay, this is great. I'm actually extremely excited about this. So, Young Miami is on the cover of The Cut in New York, and she's an open book. Let's fucking read about it. This is so great. Young Miami is an open book. I am who I am. I don't like anyone talking for me. Yes, bitch. Yes. Carisha Brownlee wants to know if I believe in aliens. The rapper, one half of the group City Girls, and better known as Young Miami, beckons me to walk past the Maybach and Range Rover parked out front. The 29-year-old is both curious and inviting as she welcomes me into her home in her native Miami and peppers me with questions about my world view. Ooh. Inside is expansive, filled with neutral flooring, tables topped with books about Tom Ford, and beige chairs draped with Hermes throw blankets. Oh my God. The high ceilings in the entryway reveal a set of open stairs that disappear into a second floor. Despite the signals of wealth dotting the 29-year-old home, this is a house that is unabashedly lived in. Toys her 9-year-old son and 3-year-old daughter had played with and discarded line the edges of her home in tiny, neat piles. After sizing me up and deciding I'm someone she can trust, Brownlee opens up. But her initial reluctance is understandable, since she and her rap partner, Jatavia Johnson, aka JT, have rapidly shot to fame. Every bit of Brownlee's life has become a fodder for criticism. I have no privacy, she tells me. I feel like I can't even express myself. If I really want to be myself, I have to do it at home. I can't freely go out of the house or do like I want to do, for every bit of Brownlee's life has transformed her for the better and become increasingly grand. It seems it has also, for the sake of self preservation, grown somewhat smaller. I literally stay in the house, she says. She leads me to a room lined with vanity mirrors and glass dressers filled with luxe goods like Chanel jewelry, her favorite label, and a stark contrast to the large bottle of Cetaphil resting atop the drawers, and motions for me to sit across from her in a matching pink swivel chair. Her bedazzled velour suit, also pink, shimmers while she lights a Joe Malone candle and promises to make me a Carisha Please cocktail. Nice. Um, a concoction of reposado tequila and strawberry lemonade with sugar around the rim. As we sit, a pink and blue neon sign that also says Carisha Please, it's the name of her podcast and clothing line, hangs above us, gleaming. Behind us, a wall of windows peeks out into the backyard where the bright blue pool sits surrounded by both lush greenery and toys. I assume her children left behind, deflated swimming inflatables and one tiny cowboy boot. By now, Brownlee has blossomed like a cactus flower, kicking off her fuzzy green slippers to tuck her legs comfortably beneath her and pulling back her waist length, jet black hair into a low ponytail. She's talking candidly, quickly, playfully, and decisively, um, in her distinct sing song Candace, the same one she uses when she raps on songs like Pussy Talk. This pussy makes movies, Wetter Than a Whale, and Rodeo. I'ma ride you like a bronco. She tells me all about her recent foray into acting. Earlier this year, she starred alongside Neil Long and Jonah Hill in Kenya Barris's You People and in the television series BMF. And her new role as producer, she worked with Issa Rae on Rap Shit, a show inspired by the City Girls themselves. As candid as she may be about her inner world, the rapper is possibly even more inquisitive about what goes on in the minds of others. Her curiosity has led her to her own talk show called Carisha Please, in which she and guests like rap legend Trina, Megan the Stallion, and rumored flame Diddy, an episode that garnered 5 million views on YouTube, toss back shots and cocktails and speak frankly about sex, a topic that Brownlee deems a regular part of her life. When she asks questions, her sentences begin slowly as she finishes formulating her thoughts and speed up near the middle into the end, her mind moving quicker than the world around her. I'm very curious, she trills. I be wondering about people. Between your talk show, merch line, music, and acting, you're doing everything. How big is the Carisha empire going to get? I think it's just going to get keep getting greater later. I want everything. I want to be an actor, an artist, an entrepreneur. It's just my work ethic that's going to determine my success. I never expected to be an artist. I will say I manifested being famous. I always thought maybe I'd be somebody's baby mama or wife, girlfriend, something like that, or just an influencer. So, how did you and JT get together? And when were you like, wait, we can actually do something with this? We've been childhood friends since middle school. We never planned on doing anything together. We were just playing around and it blew up, but we never planned to be artists, rappers, or a rap group. You have such a specific sound and your cadence is so distinct. Are there artists who influence you? I think it's so funny and crazy you said it is because I really do want to change the way I talk. I just feel like it's my accent. It's growing up in Miami, it's my slang. It's like my mom. I talk like my mom. Why do you want to change the way you talk? A lot of people don't understand it and they take it as being like illiterate or not being able to talk properly. I always think about it. I'm like, I'm going to do it, but I never followed through. I can't disguise my voice even if I wanted to. So when's the next album coming out? Girl, I ain't even going to tell. I don't know. It's like it's coming out and it will be sometime this summer for real for real. When you're doing a project, it takes time. We're trying to sit through it and make sure that that's what we want to put out. It's going to just hit different. You and JT became famous very quickly in the past few years. How has life changed? What's the biggest difference between that you felt in your life? She says the privacy part. I feel like it's a gift and a curse. It's bittersweet. No matter what you do, you can never please. You got to be strong because with the fame comes a lot of attention, a lot of opinions, a lot of backlash. I have no privacy. You could be going through death and you still got people that's laughing about it or joking about it. Facts. That sounds difficult to go through from having a normal life to almost having to watch yourself all the time. I feel like I can't even express myself. I used to go live on Instagram all the time and say whatever. Now I can't go live and just be drunk. They make something out of nothing. It's kind of frustrating. Do you feel like it changes the way that you move in private? Yeah, I would say I'm very aware. Sometimes I just don't give a fuck, but then a lot of times I don't even want to deal with it. Like, I don't want to have to clear anything up or say, oh, I didn't mean it like that. So now I'm just more chill, calm, and collected and aware of my surroundings. When you're a public figure, you got to move in a certain way. Would you trade the fame so you can go back to having a more private life? I wouldn't trade nothing because I feel like it's my destiny. This is what God wants for me, and I just feel like you got to learn how to deal with it. How do you know you were destined for fame? I always had such a strong personality that everybody I came in contact with has always loved me. Before I was famous, I was hood famous. Like everybody in the city knew me. I was doing club appearances. They would book me and people would come and just want to party with me. I think it was always the way I carried myself. I was just popular on the internet. I always had the best men in town. I was the talk of the town. I was always just that girl. Are you into astrology at all? Do you feel like your sign manifests in the way you carry yourself? One thing about Aquarius, if we want something, we're going to go get it. If we speak to it, it'll come into existence. I don't know why. You're also getting into acting now. Tell me about how that came about. When I did You People, Kenya Barris called and he had the role that he wanted me in. You didn't ever expect to get into acting? If I'm going to be 100% honest, no. As far as in a music video, yeah, but never in a movie. When I did it, it was cool. It was cool. It was really fun. Like it was an experience. I had Nia Long there, and I had La La La. Nia was like, "You got it. Just relax. Just let it flow." Learning the lines, they was helping me. And with BMF, I actually reached out to them, and they were like, "I want to do. Y'all got something for me?" So you got a taste of it, and you liked it. You People, I loved it. I was just being myself. But then BMF came, and it was just something totally different. I loved the experience. It was a good experience. How did you find it different acting like yourself versus playing a character who is not like you at all? It was hard for me because the BMF scene, it was so emotional. Like my character's husband got killed and in real life my baby father got killed. I always say I never got a chance to go through the emotion of my baby father getting killed and feel he's gone because I was always working, which was a good thing because it kept my mind off of it. It was good and bad. If not, I don't know where it would have took me. Like, you know how some people just go into a deep depression? I thank God I was able to keep working because I've got kids. I felt it, of course, but I didn't have a breakdown until after the fact. When I did break down, it was bad. It was horrible. When did this happen? It's going to be 3 years. If you feel comfortable talking about it, you were distracted working, and when the breakdown happened, how'd you know? I was depressed. I cried every 5 minutes. I'd just get in the car and go sit, and I didn't want anybody seeing me crying, so I just drive nowhere crying, in the shower crying. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I was going through memories, going through all of these emotions, and I just kept feeling like why, just questioning, just a dark place. How long did you go through it, and what brought you out of it? I went through it for a while. It was on and off. Then I started talking to this guy, this basketball player at the time. I was so depressed. I was just so out of my mind. I met somebody new, and he was just something different for me. He just took my mind off of what I was going through. He just came, and he was level headed, and he was there for me. Are you ever going to write a book about yourself? I've been thinking about it. If I ever wrote a book, I feel like I could sell 1 million copies. When was the last time you felt embarrassed? When BMF came out, I wasn't embarrassed, but I was like, oh my God, everybody's laughing at me. It's okay. I laugh too. I don't take anything personally. I don't give a fuck. Whatever. I find laughter in everything. Like, bitch, I'm going to laugh with y'all. We're going to laugh together. My ears are ringing. It's the rain. Can you sense when it's going to rain? I can smell the rain. Do you feel like you're in tune with the earth? Yeah, I'm like, I want to know how we got here, who the first people were, is aliens real? I want to know if there's life on other planets. Do you think there's life on other planets? Do you think so? If you tell me, I'll tell you first. Hell yeah. What do you think aliens look like? I think they're ugly as fuck and they're a little grayish. Would you run away if you saw one, or would you want to go and touch it? I would run so hard. I went swimming with dolphins once, and I don't like the way dolphins feel. Like the slime. I don't like that stuff. It's not human. I don't even like cats. Want to know something? I was on Instagram and I hashtag cats because I wanted to see what people be doing, what cats be doing with their owners. And I said, people that got cats are fucking crazy. The reason I don't like cats is because growing up one day, my grandmother's neighbor had a cat, a fat white cat. I jumped at the cat and the cat chased me down. She had to come and call the cat because it was chasing me. I was running, crying, and screaming. What about dogs? You know what's funny? I'm supposed to be here interviewing you. I'm very, very curious. I'd be wondering about people. You interview people in your talk show, Carisha Please, which makes me giggle, makes me cackle. You like it? Yeah, what made you want to start the talk show to begin with? Oh man, there's so much here. Oh man, I need to go get some water. This is really good. You guys should continue reading this. Okay, this is great. There's all these like photos. Yeah, you guys should definitely continue reading this. This is great.